Eddie, thanks so much for joining us today. One quick question that you can answer for our audience, and it's one quite close to my heart, actually. I have quite a few country advisors and clients who really struggle to find talent in a country area or in a regional area. I think we find that these youngsters go out of school, they go to uni, to the big smoke, and not a lot of them come back, or not a lot of them find that they want to come back straight away. So how do our country advisors and businesses seek and secure that fresh talent in a country area?
That's a great question, Monique, and we have a lot of country clients, and unfortunately, we can't always help them finding talent, right? Because moving talent, the majority of talent, or the focus of the talent that we work with, are out of universities that are in city areas, just because of the population spread, right? So, but moving people to regional areas is kind of a bit of like a real low percentage chance of getting success. Like the only way you can really move people to regional areas if they've got a reason to be there, if they've got family or partners or property or debt or something like that there.
Yeah.
So unless you're prepared to outsource or be flexible or be digital, the way to really think about how to find people for your firm in regional areas is to think local, right? And so we were talking earlier as a team around a client that we've got in a regional area in New South Wales, and talking about, what are you doing in advertising in the local RSL, or being involved in the sporting club, or letting people know that there's a firm that's got opportunities. Customer service is always one of those things. And I always love looking at experiences I have in my local community around, oh, gee, that was a great customer service experience and that was a bad one. And we used to have lots of examples of people that would go and hire the person, from the shoe shop that really, understood the kids' needs and kind of had that flavor for customer service.
Yeah.
And then also but that also brings the other issue around education standards and so forth. But no, thinking about your firm in a way to say, people that I'm going to bring into this firm, how can they actually free the revenue generators in the firm to do more of what they're good at, which is generate revenue, prospect, have lunch with clients, go out and build relationships. And if you can think about how you can bring people into your firms that maybe aren't going to be a financial planner next week, or a revenue generator in the next year, but how can they actually free up your team to do more of what they're doing? And thinking about that calculation, if Mary or John can get me 4 hours extra a week, 8 hours extra a week in revenue generating activities, then how would that actually help our firm? And what does that do to our profit line? So bringing back to looking local, growing your own, telling your story. I mean, in regional communities, being part of the community is the key, right? So telling people that, being a financial planner helps people make a difference in their lives, being part of this, making social impact. These are really important things. And so positioning your firm in your local community as a great place to work, and keeping your eyes out in your local community for people who are really doing exceptional things, especially with people. I think that's probably the key. And because, there's a lot of people that think, bringing people into their communities, the best way to do it. That is high risk, low return. So yeah, it can work, but it can come with its risks.
You know what, I think if you think about that, actually, we've done full circle, because that's how and look, I've been in this industry for a long time. That's how we used to recruit. We used to look at great people and then mold them into our businesses. Now, with professional standards, people are thinking, I've got to find somebody who's already got the education, who can come in and they can sort of hit the ground running. But actually, if we look for the long game, as opposed to just the short term, being able to do that, and as you say, free up the advisor to do just purely that client-facing time, makes sense. So it really is going back to the future, going, well, actually, let's not try and recruit just for next week. Let's recruit for sort of the medium to the long term, because I remember my aunt, who eventually was an amazing financial planner, started out selling handbags, then went on to working as an assistant for an advisor, who eventually then bought into the business, did her CFP, and actually became a fantastic advisor and business owner. But that was a long game, and it wasn't just overnight. So some great tips there, Eddie.
Grow your own. Be prepared to grow your own. I always say that. If you're in business, you're there for the long haul. Invest your time in good people early and grow them into your business. That's the best way.